That is true. In fact, I did a case in 2016. It's called the Maina Kiai case. That was a case that I conceptualized together with Maina Kiai, LF Alifa, and Tirop Kitur. That was the case that anchored declaration, the finality of results that have been declared at the polling stations. The question which we wanted the court to fully answer is that what then are those forms for the polling stations? Because what was witnessed in the last election, in my view, was dumping.
Yeah.
Dumping in the sense that chebukati had decided to print 2 Form 34As for each constituency.
Yeah.
You had book 1 of 1 and book 2 of 2. So at what point do you say which is the actual form that is emanating from the polling station? Is it from the one in book 1 or the one in book 2? And when we did the scrutiny of the select 48 polling stations, 25 polling stations, they were only giving us book 2 of 2. Which book 2 was, number 1, was never meant to be used, was not supposed to be used. But out of 48 polling stations, 25 polling stations had used book 2 of 2. And they were not able to account for where book 1 of 1 was. Now, that was just a sample of 48 polling stations, which Azimio had mentioned in their petition. That tells you that you had so many fake forms circulating. Fake, but this time they're original.
Yeah.
Because if you do a scrutiny, the form has the same security features like the main form. It is now introduced in the election ecosystem, so you're not able to tell which was the one that was actually filled at that respective polling station. If you open it, you scrutinize it, everything about it is factual.
Yeah.
But then, does it represent exactly the voting as it took place in that polling station?
Yeah.
The mischief in the last election, I know where the thieving took place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Book 2 of Form 34As. That is where the elections were stolen. Because then you introduce in our elections a separate set of genuine election forms that anybody could access, use them and fill his own results, and then dump them on the IBC portal. And then the people consume them as the results of that polling station. My take of it is that going forward as a country, and as a carryover from the Maina Kiai case, we need to be serious about polling station results being final. And IBC should not act like it has superior knowledge and it is the most fair election body that should on its own be the one receiving these forms. What we should be doing is very simple. From the polling stations, all these forms go to the constituencies, accompanied by the agents, the clerks, the presiding officer. And the constituent returning officers do open tallying of the forms in their respective polling constituent tallying centers, in the presence of the agents, the clerks, and the POs. Let us have a live streaming from all the 290 constituent tallying centers. How the returning officer is doing his open tallying. When he's done, he says, these are my presidential results for my constituency.
Yeah.
And he announces it. And the media should be able to say, in respect to Mvita constituency, the returning officer, Mr. Ali Hassan, is ready to make a declaration of results. And you live stream him. He is reading for us. Jimmy Wanjigi has gotten 500 votes. William Ruto has gotten 2 votes. Kalonzo Musyoka has gotten 5 votes. The winner of this in my constituency, Jimmy Wanjigi, and everybody is this. Then everybody is tallying in their homes. Then we go to the next one is ready. Which is the next constituency that is ready? The next constituency that is ready is Starehe. The returning officer stands up to speak. Jimmy Wanjigi again has gotten 30,000 votes. William Ruto 200. Kalonzo Musyoka 3,000. Then everybody is tallying. But by the time, as this process is going, everybody can be doing the tallying in their own homes. By the time we get to the 290 constituency, we are all able in our own homes to tell who has won this election. That is one option. Option 2, if we are going to use IBC sending the forms, that we are going to be sending the forms to the National Tallying Center, then what we need to do is that as a presiding officer is scanning and sending the form to the National, a copy of that same form should be getting to, you have political parties that are participating in the elections. They should be able to also receive the same form they should be able to access the back end to see which form is coming and where it is coming from. And these things should be secure that I should be able to tell, when just looking at the document, you can be able to tell the geolocation of where the form is being transmitted from. So that if somebody is sending you a form from Mombasa Road and is claiming that that form is from Tana River, you will tell, no, this is a created form, you push it on the side. And look at, for example, the American elections. The elections take place on the 20th of November of the 4th year.
Yeah.
On the 21st morning, in fact at night,
you know the results.
The president-elect will stand up and will give his acceptance speech. I accept your election as the president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
Do you know the election management body sits on the 4th of December to formally receive the returns, to tally them, and make a formal declaration of who has won that election? Yet on the 20th of November, because it was being done openly, everybody in their respective states, they were doing the tallying, counting, tallying of results, and they're able to tell in this state, Obama has won. In this state, John McCain has won this number of votes, has won this state. So you are doing the tallying. And Obama is addressing the nation before he meets the chebukati of America. And immediately Secret Service moves in and start protecting Obama as the president-elect of the United States of America. The formal declaration is made on the 4th of December, almost 2 weeks after, from the date when he made his acceptance speech as president of the United States of America. So we need to get to that stage, that nothing stops us, because all these 290 constituency tallying centers are accessible to all media. And Kenyans are able to access, so that even if you have to file a petition, why, for example, were we filing a petition for Azimio? You're forcing them to file a petition for all the 290, for the whole country. Reduce the dispute to a particular region, so that Azimio will be saying, the declaration being made by the returning officer in Tharaka-Nithi, we have a problem with it, flag it. The declaration being made in North Horr, we have a problem with it, flag it. So you file your petition limited to specific constituencies, not just filing an entire petition. Then you start now looking across the entire country. That is when IB starts telling you it's difficult to move forms, to get these things. It's because it's all the 290. But if you narrow it down to, the dispute is narrowed down to these specific regions, you are able, even the Supreme Court can even go and sit in that region where the forms are and deal with the dispute and finish it. And that, in my view, will enhance electoral justice and encourage our people to come back to vote. And we will have an opportunity to elect leaders who this country actually deserve. As it is today, I believe that with an opaque process that we have, you are actually discouraging a majority of Kenyans to not participate in the elections process. But then the consequence of it is this. You know, ultimately, the sovereign is the people. When bad leaders get into office and the country suffers, it is the same people who will be forced to carry that country. Right now, we are dealing with, maybe just if you allow me to explain this. We are dealing with a debt crisis. If this country was to default in debt, do you know it is the Kenyan people who will be asked to pay for that debt? In Ghana, they've done what they're calling a haircut. They're asking the sovereign, so if you're holding any money in an account or M-Pesa, they are deducting 30% of that money. Because you're the sovereign. Your country has defaulted. You've defaulted. So the sovereign, can you give us more money to go and rescue the country?
Guarantors.
So you are the guarantors of the sovereign. That's why you're called sovereign guarantee. It's the people. So it is important that even when it comes to electing the leaders of a country, the sovereign's voice needs to be actually respected. It needs to be actualized. Allow the sovereign to express himself and then actualize his expression through a fair election process, so that if anything happens to the country, the people who messed up are the people who the sovereign voted for or participated in a process that led to them as the winners. So everybody takes responsibility for whatever action they've done. Yes.
But there are other people who look at it and say maybe that Raila being the face of the petition in 2022 is the reason why, it didn't go through. Like, this guy has never accepted defeat, and I put that in quotes.
For me, I don't think that